Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Katie, and this is Katie's Bookish Escape. I'm not in my normal setting. As you can see, I am dog sitting, and one of the dogs likes to bark a lot. So if she's right behind me. If she barks, I apologize ahead of time. She just likes to bark. I don't know what to say. Alright, so today I'm going to be doing my February wrap-up. Okay, so February was not a very strong reading month for me. First off, it's short by a few days, and that wouldn't really matter, except it did. Like, I was about to finish 2 books by the end of February, so I ended up finishing them in March, so I don't count that as my February. So, whatever, I only read 4 books in February, or only completed 4 books in February. So let's get to it. The first book I finished in February was... There's the other dog. No. Stop. The first book I finished was Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. So this is the third book in the Raven Cycle series. I've already done my full review of the whole series. I will link it up here in the eye. I was not a fan of this book at all, but I didn't hate it. So because the ending, I liked the ending, so I gave it a 3. Before the ending, it would have been a 2 for me. And that's pretty rare for me. Oh my gosh, Coco, can you stop barking? Please? No. No. Alright. Rating a book 2 for me, like that I actually finished, is kind of rare. Honestly, I don't know if I would have kept going if it wasn't the pressure of putting up a review and like having it in my TBR and doing my wrap up. The reason I didn't love this book is I thought the pacing was slow and I didn't feel like anything happened. There was a side storyline. I don't know if this is like a 3rd book in a, what the hell, what do you call a series that's 4 books? Like the triad? I don't know. These dogs are driving me nuts right now. Alright, so it just was boring to me. And nothing happened. And there's one character that is in this book that serves no purpose. And it drives me nuts. Like, I really can't stand when there are things in the book that, like, have no purpose. Alright, so I trudged through Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and I dove right into The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is the final concluding book in the Raven cycle. The Raven King was okay. It was good. I still rated it, I believe, 3 stars. Yeah, so I rated the Raven King 3 stars, and honestly, that's because, like, it was okay. The conclusion was fine, but honestly, I was just, like, over it at this point. I think the first book was a really good book, and I kind of wish... I honestly think they could have concluded books 2, 3, and 4. Like, she could have just wrote, like, book 1 longer, and it would have been better. Or at the very least combine 2 and 3, because, or just barely, 3 had nothing. So yeah, 4, I don't even, honestly, the worst thing I can say about it is it's forgettable because I don't really even remember what happened, other than it concluded. Also, I thought the conclusion was a little bit, like, lackluster. So it's 3 because I did it, I read it. I don't know, honestly, I might move it to a 2 now that, like, I'm far away from it, and I'm just like, I don't, like, I have no desire to read it again. But I do know they're making it as a TV show, and I might watch that, but I don't know, it might be, like, too teeny bopper, like, CW crap, so I don't know. We'll see. Alright, then let's talk about the happiness, which is the next 2 books, which I really loved. So the next one is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman, or Bachman. Everyone else says Bachman, so I'm just going to say Bachman from now on. Frederick Bachman's becoming my favorite author. Us Against You is the sequel to Beartown, which I love. Have a full review of it up here. I love this city that it takes place in, Beartown. I loved both the books. I rated both of them 5 stars. I love Us Against You because it just expands on more of the details between the aftermath of what happened in the first book in Beartown. And I loved it because I love the characters, and it expands on their storylines, and it expands on the developing feud between Beartown and the Head, which is the neighboring town, and they have a big feud. And it really again, it's a social critique addressing when we choose like the mom mentality of hate and divisiveness, what can happen. And I loved it. I still think Beartown beats it by like just a little bit, but I still loved it so much. Highly recommend. I don't know if Us Against Them is the last book that Bachman is gonna write about Beartown, but if it is, that's fine. But also, like, honestly, he can write more about it, and I'm here for it. The last book I finished in February was A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and that is by Tareha Mafi? Yeah, Tareha Mafi. And this book is a YA contemporary, and it's about a young girl in high school, and the year is 2002. It's in the US, and it is the year after 9/11, and she is a hijabi woman. And so if you don't know what a hijab is, it's the headdress that Muslim women wear, and hijabis are women who wear these. And it has a lot to do with the discrimination she faces, and so it has a lot to do with the discrimination she faces as while she wears a hijab in high school. Also about not only just the discrimination, but there's a love story, and I really enjoyed all of it. Just in the corner. And I really thought it was good. I gave it 4 stars because it has some of its problems. I read someone else's critique, and one of the things they said was, and I'll link her channel down below, was that the love interest was just like too perfect. Like every challenge he just like met it head on and like had no doubts whatsoever. And like, while that's like something to aspire to, a little bit unrealistic for like a 16-year-old boy. And I have to agree. Not that like I wanted him to be messed up and horrible, but to have like no wavering of support when you pretty much have never had like any kind of discrimination in your life, that's a little bit unrealistic. And I say that as a white person. I mean, sure, like I said, you want to be like that, but I don't know if it's 100% realistic. And that doesn't mean that like they should have been a bad person, or that people that like every once in a while like have doubts are bad people. It's just human nature. All right, so that was my very short February wrap up. If you like my channel, please feel free to comment down below and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later. Bye.